Okay, Tom, hello.
Hi, Gennady. How are you this afternoon?
Great. We're going to discuss credits today.
And we're not talking about your experience credit score either. This is Blogly credits, which is
It's not
much
about
more
the credit
important.
score. Yes, it's about the Blogly credits. And we discuss why, how much, where, and what you do with the credits, right?
Right. And why Blogly elected to create this credit system in the first place or utilize a credit system. Lots of other companies and software providers also use credits. So and their
Yeah.
reasons are the same as Blogly's.
Yeah, let's talk about. I just gonna mention a couple companies that using also. They don't name it as a credits, but it's still the same structure. It doesn't matter what you do. For example, you using say Surfer SEO. They are using so many say requests. So you do so many times requests per month. If you reach the limit, you gotta jump on the next level and pay more.
Got it.
If you and besides the prices is not cheap, right? So you're talking about some serious amount per month. Now, if you're talking say Market Muse using queries, right? How many queries you do per month, and if you use up your credits on the queries, so they give you so many credits per queries. That means each request. So then you're stuck with the limit. You pay for extra. So doesn't matter where you look at. There are, I mean, all the SaaS companies are trying to pay for their services. The more you
Right.
do, the more, of course, and it's a legitimate. It's a proper way of trying to get paid for the extra work you do.
I think so. What was the other one I saw recently? Keywords Everywhere. They
Yeah, keywords everywhere is
went
using
to a credit
basically, yeah,
system.
it's just simple structure. You use per keyword. That's all.
Right.
So it's also the same as a credits. Many companies using the same way. Now, sometimes company put in a structure of subscriptions in place, and like I said, you reaching the limit, you have to go on the next level. But then, whether you use it or not in subscription, you paying for subscription, right?
Right. And then if you
So
don't use it, you it doesn't carry over in most cases.
no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Usually, you have a certain set of limits you're using throughout the month, and if you reach your limit, whether you go upgrade your subscription, which is not good, then you're stuck with the monthly payments, or you
Right.
just stayed in the same subscription. You wait until time's up, and then you can start using your like kind of a credits. Whether you call it credits or you call it limits on your subscription, it's still the same thing. So
Right.
it doesn't matter what you do, you still end up paying for more work you do. You're paying for the what companies wants you to pay. Otherwise, they wouldn't stay in the business, right?
Right. That's the whole thing. So are we going to go through this fantastic oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, Google Sheets presentation?
No, it's a Google slide. That's a no. Google
Yeah.
slides are basically the same presentation, just like a Microsoft PowerPoint. It's still the same. So let me just expand this one. So Blogly credits, why and how it works. Sounds good?
Oh, we should have had a soundtrack, maybe a drum roll or something.
Yeah. All right. So why credits and what's the benefits? Okay, for customers and for us, so Blogly, I mentioned, I go directly for because we're talking about Blogly. So let's put in what the Blogly has a benefits to and what the
Right.
customers have, what kind of benefits customer has. First and foremost, for customers, there is no monthly subscription. That's a number one goal. We don't want you to stuck in subscription. If you don't use, if you happen to be busy this month, you're involved with something else, you're not paying for anything. So this
Right.
is a primary goal. You're not stuck with a subscription. You only the portion that you use. This is what you pay for. And the second one is what comes in. It's a inexpensive and affordable way for premium functionality. Is that right,
Right.
Tom?
That's right. I mean, if base plan gives you four research documents and you get a client during the month, you need a fifth one, boom, you can run a few credits and get the premium functionality you need when you need it. So
Yeah. And also, it's a pay as you go. Again, like I mentioned, don't if you didn't never use it, you're not paying for anything. And when you need it, you just pay very tiny amounts and the tiny amounts and tiny little things that whatever you need. So
right.
for that, on a Blogly side,
Well, before we move off of this, the other thing that people, the nice thing about this for the people who don't need to access that premium functionality, they're not paying for it in their base price. You know, you've set the basic parameters. Blogly
yes.
charges this amount. If you use more, you pay for it. But
Yeah.
somebody is not paying for something they're not using, I guess.
Yeah, you're right. So that's good thing that you mentioned. So you bring it up. So first of all, that we are not charging anything extra for the what we promised. We deliver on our paid subscription. I mean, paid. Let's say if it's a lifetime deal, you're
Right.
just paying whatever we promised. You get your research docs. Inside the research docs, you're gonna do what we promised to do. But certain things that we cannot just give it unlimited. I wish as much as we want to give it, just impossible.
Right.
Say we pay the third-party providers. Now, one good example of plagiarism. Yeah, we are hired, say we contracted the plagiarism to provide us a good analysis of the content and provide the PDFs with the highlighted text that is, say, found to be similar to other sites. So it's a great service. So we're paying them for every page.
Right.
Can
So
we,
that
can we
really,
give them unlimited? Can we give a customer unlimited?
well, not for maybe a week, and then Blogly folds its tent and off and to the sunset. So
Uh,
really, that's provide additional services at a reasonable cost without having to raise the price.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So,
Because
like I said,
Blogly is then paying as it goes, because when the customer uses that service, Blogly's systems are used to access it. So the provider of those systems charge Blogly,
yeah.
and Blogly recovers some of those expenses in the terms of credits.
Yeah, that's what's the next lines are there. What's for us? So basically, we can recover the cost of third-party providers. So we're paying for every click. So the more clicks we do, the more clicks the customer does, the more we're paying. So for that, we just incorporated our credit system. There is a marginal we of course we include some marginal profit. Profit margin.
Yes.
Reasonable profit margin that really we're not really making a huge sums of money on the credits. It's just making enough for us to cover the cost, cover our development. So this is all I can say about that.
Yeah, and then so that gets in. It also supports additional development and improvements, which already Blogly has an amazing track record of adding value. So
yeah, we keep adding value. Yeah, the only way to progress and improve the app, because it's a continuous improvement process, is finding ways to bring in more and more value to the customer. And the one way we're trying to do the system where you don't spend too much time bouncing between multiple apps, and there's no reason to go back and forth for the plagiarism scanning. There is no way to go and get somewhere, say, simple keyword data. We just bring it in. So we pay for the service, just bring it in. Okay, we paying with the and end up paying with the credits for every keyword that we bring the data.
Well, let's jump over to the next slide here, because that is where are they used?
Yeah, what are we using the credits for? So there are like let's cover three major areas where we can use the credits for. Number one, of course, AI-driven data. AI-driven data, there are summaries that we pay for the extra service time that we get in our survey. We have a GPU servers. They are expensive. They're extremely expensive, by the way. And every time the data is being crunched by the servers, we paying the server time.
Right.
So this is for summaries. The paraphraser is the same thing. AI assistant, which is pending, we're going to use the OpenAI GPT-3 functionality. GPT-3 has it's not the fixed cost, it's a fixed cost per request. No matter what it is, there is every request being sent for GPT-3, we pay for that. So
so it's not a variable cost, it's a fixed cost.
It's a fixed cost per request, but it's not like a fixed cost. They count it as the tokens. So whatever tokens we use, they name it as the tokens. We pay with the larger request, we pay more. The smaller request, we pay less. But it's a continuous payment. The more requests being done, the more cost being incurred, right? So in this case, the AI assistant that we are working now, in the next couple months, we bring in the AI assistant. This AI assistant will be costing will be based on the credits. But again, it's reasonable, it's affordable. I think it's much better to pay them $50 a month, whether you use it or not. Also, someone charge you one more, but it's a lot better to have the credits. You need to use it so much, you use it, that's all you get. Keyword data. We are contracting this.
You skipped plagiarism scanner, one of my favorites.
Yeah, we already talked about plagiarism scanner. Every time we send a page for plagiarism, every page counted, we get charged. So we need to cover the cost. So there is a cost. Keywords data. We not say Href or SEMrush or whatever is there. So you go find anywhere keywords data. You will find it. You paying for the pretty much for every click you do, but they don't count on clicks. They just simply allow you to do so much, and once you reach in the limit, then they want to charge more. So this is all calculated basically. Even though you think it's like a fixed cost or monthly subscription, it still is not. You still limited to somehow to how much you can use those clicks.
Got it.
Now the next functionality what allows us credits to do, the next functionality we are working now, and it will be released in the next couple weeks. We have a SEO heat maps. This is we gauging the competition, we crunching the data, we bring in the data of understanding of your competition, and it does cost us the time, service time, and everything. So this is also will be based on credits. Does it have to be included in a lifetime deal? Absolutely not. As a free service, we will not give it away because we just can't afford it to include it in the lifetime deals. So it doesn't matter, even if it's a lifetime deal or not, even in a monthly subscription, it has nothing to do with monthly subscription. This is add-on, which is we will planning to develop and introduce. This add-on will have its own cost. You use it, you're paying. If you're not using it, you're not paying. So this is a very simple approach.
Yeah, it is. You don't have to try and figure it out. And the heat maps are really going to be sexy.
Yeah, if you want to call it this way. Now, exceptions. So we do have exception, like we thrown in for free the first searches in research docs. If you do the searches for specific keywords, like SERPs, you put in multiple SERPs. So for that we are paying, but we decide we included this as a first start to research doc. If you need to get an idea, you need to get the questions, you need to run the SERP 100. It's all included for the first time. After that, if many people comes up, can I do the multiples? Okay, now we added multiple ability to drive the multiple SERPs and do the multiple requests, but at the given cost. We keep increasing the value, but now we need somehow to compensate. So we say, okay, you want to run additional searches. Okay, if you want to do that, additional searches inside the same research doc, that will be based on credit.
Yeah, well, that makes sense too, because you run your first iteration, you sit there and you say, oh, wow, I wish I'd thought about this. Now you're doing your what if analysis. Hey, the first one, that's covered. The second one, you're going to have to pay for. The third one, the fourth one, the fifth one.
Yeah. Well, I hope it's understandable, and I think many people are reasonable to understand it. Some people may be unreasonable, but that's okay. So we are just okay. We answer.
That's what makes the world go around, right? Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Now, how to buy credits and how much? So we do have our denominations for credits. So it's very easy to find where are they. So when you go here in the Blogly, so when you're on the front page, watch the very first place when you can check. This is the front page of the Blogly.
Right.
Look on the bottom. On the bottom we have counters. So some people asking, oh, where's the counter? Maybe I used so much this month. Here are the counters. You can see the credits right here. You can see exactly what they are. And now if I want to replenish my credits, all I need to do is just click here and it tells me what is my balance. And also we don't do it on a level of like whole numbers. We break down in the credits into the hundreds. So basically we're going in the decimals. Now,
Right.
like for example, for the keywords, you want to get the data for keywords. For every 100 words will be used 1 credit. That means for 1 keyword, you get 100 of 1 credit. How you can buy credits? They are right here. These are denominations, 10, 20, 30, 40, up to 100. This is it. So if you want to replenish the credit, very simple structure. $10, you get 100 credits. It's a metrics. Metric system is easy to calculate. Majority of people are using metrics.
Hey,
So
don't go there. Don't go there.
yeah, you may know I've been using most of my life metrics. I kind
I
of
know.
understand both systems, but it's easy to calculate, right?
Right. It is. Base 10 is a lot easier than other stuff.
Now, watch out here. Now you say, okay, if I want to buy, make sure this OK will not be active. You cannot buy it until you put your payment method. Payment method is right here. It will say here the credit card. This is like you see the last 4 digits of my credit card. If I want to change it, I just simply click here. I just fill in my name, credit card, and expiration, and so forth. But if you need to add credit card, just simply click here and you will add the credit card and you can buy the credits after that. That's it.
Yep. And I do want to, we've said this many times in other of the videos, is that Blogly does not retain the credit card information in.
Yeah, we do not. We pass on the credit card information being automatically all the passed on to the, you deal with the Stripe. So Stripe is the one that manages your credit cards. Now we don't even touch it. We don't even know. We don't even need to know. All we do, we have just the last 4 digits. We take it from Stripe and we get the confirmations and so forth from Stripe when it will be purchased. So here's where your places, anywhere where you find this a little credit information with the red icon of the credits and you seeing what the credits are. Anytime you click here, you get to the same screen. So just watch out for those little like red credit cards or the credit information. Again, the same concept, the same. You need to, if you don't have that yet added to your credit card, you just simply add the credit card here. And once it's added, you can process your payment. Just drop down and select what you want. You can use it in the $10 increments. You get 100 credits.
Oh, can I buy gift cards?
Let's don't get in the gift cards. So what you get for 100 credits? So 100 credits, for example, it can give you the basically if you count it as a credits. So 1 credit it equal to 10 cents. Very simple, right? So when you understand 1 credit is 10 cents, then what you can get with 1 credit. So 1 credit will give you 1 page of plagiarism scanner. This is a 250 words in the page. Or if you get for 1 credit, you can get for the paraphraser run. It's 250 words of the page. 1 credit can get you 100 keywords of SEO data. So we bring the SEO data in our keywords analysis and the research docs. You can find the keywords information. So those the one that where the credits can be used. We also have 2 credits for AI short summary generation. You want to generate summary out of say 3,000 words article in about just about like 20-30 seconds. Just you can buy that quickly and you get your summary that you can use, whether you use it in your content or you can use it to provide somewhere else. So this summary sometimes is handy. We have
Yeah,
other services.
it's a very cool feature. I tend to use it as a like an abstract or a meta description of the article I've written. Sometimes it'll get too big for that purpose, but it gives you a good start, and you can edit and whittle it down and use that as your meta description.
Yeah, we also added the explanation about our
Oh,
credit
okay.
system right here on the bottom. So in the billings, you understand why the credits are being used. You can also see that here is a link for available credit system. So when you click here, you understand also how the credits also can be used. So like here, plagiarism 1 credit, AI paraphraser 1 credit, of this AI summary will get 2 credits. You can buy additional options, like you want to buy additional research docs. Let's say your limit is 20 for one given month. You want to add an additional few extra research docs. It will cost you credits. You can just simply use the credits if you want to add additional research doc, or you do additional publishing. So sometimes, because we have the solace and the growth, in the solo you can do, say, here's a 50 research doc per month. And by the way, you really don't need more than, certain amount. You can reuse a lot. We allow to reuse your SERPs. We allow you to reuse your research docs, so you can connect multiple research docs in the same article. So your searches are saved and they are reusable. So you
Right.
really don't need to spend and create like hundreds of research docs for one thing. Just remember, you can always expand it with additional paying for additional. Here is the
Sure.
cost is also set up right here. And like I said, addition that will allow us to expand and add and keep adding more functionality to existing plans and utilize it at the best we can our system.
I think it's great. I mean, it's very straightforward. It's fair, treats everybody well. People don't uh, pay for something they don't use. Blogly doesn't get hammered by not getting paid to fund their services. So, all in all, it seems like a very fair approach to the
Yeah.
business. So,
Okay. So I think we covered it all. Is any other things you think we missed?
no, I think that's it pretty much. I need to go reload my credits.
Yeah, the one thing I can say for the future. So our plans of extension is more working on the SEO data. So we will bring more of the like a keywords information that can be usable. That we probably you can do the research of the keywords. You don't need to pay huge hefty sums for the monthly payments for other keyword researchers. A lot of people just enough to get the like questions and ideas for keywords, bring in their own keywords and search for them quickly and use them as a part of your strategy for blog writing. So you
Right.
may not need like a dedicated person to because if you go on Href or SEMrush, you're probably gonna be you need to justify the amount of money you pay in there. You gotta spend a good part of your day every day throughout the month just to do the analysis. There is lots of unnecessary functionality that you may not need. So all
Right.
you just want to have a quick view of your keywords.
Sounds good. Well, let's call this a wrap on the credit side and encourage people to take advantage of it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, hopefully that will be helpful.
I think it will be, and we'll talk on another topic soon.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Gennady.